Hello yogis, and welcome to this One Tree Yoga home practice. All you need today is your mat. Get yourself set up and then come to stand at the top of your mat. Couple of options here. You can stand with your big toes right together and a small space between your heels. That's a classical setup. But that classical setup was developed for 13-year-old boys with very small pelvises, very narrow. And so a more accessible way to set up is to separate your feet hip distance. Either way, you want all 10 of your toes to point directly forward. So I take a moment to make sure that the sides of my feet are parallel to the sides of my mat. All right, press down through your feet, in particular your heels, your big toe mounds, your pinky toe mounds. And really intentionally stand up tall. It's like you're trying to center the very top of your skull right over the space at the center of your feet. So I think sitting bones above heels, shoulder blades above sitting bones, crown of the head over shoulder blades. Drop your tongue down into the base of your mouth so you have a nice open space in the mouth, and then take a few intentional full breaths. Our practice today is sun salutations, and so the first one is always, almost always, in my book, slow, intentional. We'll break it down, and then we'll speed things up a little bit as we get going. With your next inhale breath, sweep your arms out to the sides, stretch up, reach up, and look up, Urdhva. With your exhale breath, hinge at your hips and dive forward. Put a little bend in your knees. Drop the back of your head, fold in for a moment in the Uttanasana, forward fold. Take your hands onto your shins, lift up halfway and arch your spine like you're trying to do a back bend. Look forward, pull your shoulder blades together. Exhale and fold in once more, Uttanasana. Bend your knees enough to plant your hands down, step back with your right leg and then your left leg in the plank pose. Adho Mukha Dandasana. Now your shoulders are right over your wrists. Lift your heels up high, squeeze your legs and pull your navel to your spine. Push your mat away and look a little forward so you're not sagging in your head. Okay, now this is a very important step. You need to shift your weight all the way forward to your tiptoes. So that's like a 4 to 6 inch shift. And then let's do a couple of variations here. The first one, drop your knees down. Bend your elbows, hug them in, and lower all the way to your belly. Untuck your toes. Keep your hands where they are. Lift up through your head, your chin, your chest in a small cobra pose. Lower your forehead down. Curl your toes under. From your knees, push up again to your knee down plank. Straighten your legs in the plank pose. Let's try another variation. Inhale, shift your weight way forward to your tiptoes. Drop your knees down and pull your heels to your sitting bones. Now, bend your elbows and lower down halfway. Then, push into your hands and lift your chest up in the bigger version of the cobra pose. Straighten your legs, roll your shoulders back. Fold forward. Rest your forehead down on the floor. Curl your toes under. From bent knees, push up through your plank. One more time, plank pose. Now we do the Chaturanga with a full push up. So from your plank, shift your weight way forward. You're gonna hug your elbows in as you lower halfway to the floor. From your halfway point, push into your hands, lift your chest, untuck your toes and pull your shoulder blades together behind you. And then press back to our first downward facing dog. Okay, so make sure that you've got a nice wide spread through your fingers and bend your elbows out to the sides. With your elbows bent out to the sides, your upper back goes wide. That's the move we're looking for. Spin your elbows down to the floor. That's going to spin your outer arm down towards the floor. Upper back is still wide. Now, push your arms straight. Lift your hips back and up. With your hips up, arms straight. Squeeze your kneecaps to your thighs. Pull your navel to your spine. And actively reach your heels down to the floor. Let's take 3 breaths here. Bottom of your third exhale, look to the top of your mat. Walk your feet up to your hands. Take your hands onto your shins, lift up halfway. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. As you exhale, fold forward. Drop the back of your head, curl in towards your shins. Take an extra breath here. Then we reverse out with an inhale, sweep your arms out, and all the way up, stretch up, reach up, look up. Take your hands through heart center, and release your arms down by your sides. So that's one very slow Surya Namaskar A, Sun Salutation A. Let's do it again. Root your heels, stand up tall. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up and stretch up. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, dive forward to touch down, Uttanasana. Take your hands onto your shins, lift up halfway. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale to fold in. Bend your knees, plant your hands. Step back, this time to the left leg, then right leg. Plank pose, Adho Mukha Dandasana. Push your mat away, squeeze your thighs, push out through your heels, and reach out through the crown of your head. Inhale, shift your weight way forward to your tiptoes. Now this time we're going to do another variation. Drop your knees down, hug your elbows in, and lower halfway to your mat and hover. This is your bent knee, Chaturanga Dandasana. Then come through, lift your chest, roll your shoulders back, push your feet down, big cobra pose or upward facing dog. Curl your toes under, lift your hips back and up. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Bend the elbows out to the sides, wrap them down towards the floor, and then keep your upper back wide and push your mat away. Squeeze kneecaps to thighs, 3 deep breaths. After your third breath, let's add on another option. This is the option to hop to the top of your mat. So shorten your dog a little bit, walk your feet in like 4 to 6 inches. Lift your heels way high, bend your knees a lot, and bring your hips all the way back to your heels. Look forward. It's like you're going to pounce, which you are, to the top of your mat. So in this crouching position, exhale all the way to empty, and on no breath, hop your feet to your hands. If hopping is not accessible, you can simply walk. Inhale to halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold in, Uttanasana. You can always have a little bend in your knees if you need to in the forward fold. Reverse out, sweep your arms out and up, stretch up, reach up, look up. Take hands through heart center. Release your arms by your sides. Pause, breathe. Here we go again. Getting a little more speed. Inhale, stretch up, reach up, look up. Exhale, hinge and fold forward in the Uttanasana. Inhale to halfway lift, it's a back bend, so look forward. Exhale and fold, plant your hands, go back, right, left, plank pose. Okay, now you've got all those options if you can remember. You can lower all the way to your belly, you can lower your knees and squeeze your heels in, you can lower your knees in Chaturanga, you can hover in your Chaturanga. First things first, shift your weight way forward to tiptoes. Then here you go, lowering down, Inhale to lift up into your back bend. Shoulder blades together, chest up. Exhale back to your downward facing dog. Now align your dog well. Shoulder blades wide, arms straight and strong, legs firm. 3 deep breaths. Bottom of your third, exhale. Shorten your dog, walk your feet in. A little quicker this time. Heels up, bend your knees, hips to the heels. Look forward, exhale fully. Hop or step, feet to the hands. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Reverse out, inhale, stretch up, reach up. Look up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale the hands through heart center. Arms by your sides. Breathe. Find a couple of breaths to settle, quiet, and prepare for one more Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant your hands. Step back, left leg, right leg, plank pose. Inhale, shift your weight way forward. Now again, you can always drop to your knees, bend your elbows, lower down. Inhale to back bend, shoulder blades together, chest up. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Take your shoulder blades wide, push your mat away, and firm up your thighs. Breathe. Walk your feet in a little bit, shorten your stance. Draw your heels high, bend your knees, look forward, exhale to empty, hop or step your feet to the top of your mat. Inhale to lift up halfway, exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep out, stretch up, reach up, look up. Exhale the hands through the heart center, release your arms, and pause our standing pose, Tadasana. Drop your tongue down into the base of your mouth. Find a sense of ease and calm. The next set of sun salutes are sun salutation B, which is a similar set of poses, but we add on. It's more challenging in my personal opinion. So for the Surya Namaskar B, we start with the Uttanasana. Take your big toes right together. Keep a small space between your heels. And now we simultaneously bend to the knees and stretch the arms up in an Uttanasana. I like to hold the first Uttanasana for a long time. Drop weight into your heels. Squeeze your knees together. Now, with your thighs low, pull your belly way back towards the front of your spine, almost like you're going to round your low spine a little bit. Keep those actions. Start to lift your arms up, chest up more, coming into a back bending shape. Take another inhale. Exhale, straight legs, fold forward and touch down, Uttanasana. Hands to your shins, halfway lift, inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale to fold, plant your hands, step back in your right leg, and then your left leg, plank pose. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, elbows in, lower down. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, dog pose. Inhale to look forward. Exhale, step your right foot between your hands. We do a modified version this first time with just a high lunge. So spin high on your left toes. Squeeze your left leg straight and strong and sweep your arms in. Drive your right heel down. Squeeze your left glutes. Pull your belly back. Lift your chest. Don't forget to breathe. Touch down, frame your right foot with your hands. Quietly step back to plank pose. Now, you can assess. You can hold your plank, that's a strengthening move. You can shift forward and take another Vinyasa cycle, that's more mobility. Or you could go right back to your downward facing dog, and that'll give you a little bit of a respite before we do side 2. Eventually, we'll meet back in the dog pose. Second side. Inhale to look forward. Exhale your left foot between your hands. High on the mound of the right toes. Straight and strong right leg. Sweep your arms up. Drive your left heel down. Squeeze your right glutes and lift up through your chest. Belly back. Easy breath. Release. Frame your left foot with your hands. Quietly step back. Once again, plank pose. Again, you get to decide. Is it beneficial for you to do another vinyasa, or to hold your plank, or just to go right back to your dog and find your breath? We'll meet back in the dog. Walk your feet in a little bit. Lift your heels up high, bend your knees. Look forward, exhale to empty. Spring over step, feet to the hands. Inhale to halfway lift, Uttanasana. Exhale, fold in, Uttanasana. Make sure your big toes are touching. Bend your knees, sweep your arms up, Uttanasana, inhale. Exhale, drop low and hold. Inhale, stand up, stretch up, reach up. Exhale the hands through heart center. Release your arms. Pause, breathe, settle. That was one. Now they start to pick up a little bit of speed, but still building. Inhale, bend your knees, sweep your arms up. Uttanasana. Exhale, hold. Inhale, chest up. Exhale, straight legs, touch down, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale to fold, plant your hands, step back, left leg, right leg, plank pose. Inhale, pitch your weight way forward. Exhale, elbows in, lower all the way to your belly or halfway. You've got the options. Exhale back to the downward facing dog. Inhale to look forward. Exhale your right foot between your hands. This time, pivot your left heel down to the floor. We're coming into warrior one. Take your hands to your hips and come up in your chest. Let's workshop this a little bit. Straighten your right leg and pull your right hip back and your left hip forward like you're trying to turn your whole pelvis to face the top of your mat. Then take your arms out in front of you and join your palms together. As you bend your right knee and sink back into your lunge shape, you're going to start to lift your arms, lift your chest, and back bend. Release, spread your right foot with your hands. Spin high on your left toes. Step back to your plank shape. Again, you get to choose. Hold your plank, shift forward in dog cycle, or go right back to your downward facing dog. We'll meet there. Second side. Inhale to look forward. Exhale your left foot between your hands. Pivot your right heel down. Hands to your hips, come up. Straighten your left leg. Pull your left hip back and your right hip forward and turn your pelvis toward the top of your mat. Take your arms out in front of you, palms together. As you rebend the left knee, start to lift up through your arms, your chest, your head, coming into your warrior one shape. Pause here, breathe here. And release, touch down, frame your left foot. Spin high on the right toes, step through your plank pose, hold your plank, take the flow, or go back to the dog. We'll all meet there eventually. Take a moment to align your dog well, spread your fingers. Spin your elbows down to the floor, push your mat away, and fire up your thighs. Breathe. Walk your feet in a little bit. Lift your heels up. Bend your knees to look forward. Exhale to empty and hover step to the top of your mat. Inhale to halfway lift, hands to your shins. Exhale to fold in Uttanasana. Bend your knees, sweep your arms up. Inhale, Uttanasana. Exhale, sit low, hold. Inhale, stand up, stretch up, reach up. Exhale, hands through heart center. Arms by your sides. We're gonna do one more. This last one will be quick. So the classical way to do this is one breath per movement. Here we go. Inhale, Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Touchdown. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold plant hands. Your choice, right or left first. Plank pose for Dandasana. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale to look forward. Exhale the right foot between your hands. Pivot the left heel down and inhale up. Warrior One, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale to touch down, frame your right foot with your hands, spin high on the left toe, step back plank. Again, I'll let you choose. Hold your plank, take the flow, or go back to the dog. Inhale to look forward. Exhale your left foot between your hands. Pivot your right heel down. Sweep up. Warrior One, inhale. Exhale to touch down. Spin high on the back toe, step back plank pose. Once again, your choice. We'll meet in the dog pose. Couple breaths to settle here. And then walk your feet in to shorten your dog. Heels up, bend the knees, exhale to empty, hopper step, feet to the hands. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Big toes right together. Inhale, Uttanasana. Exhale, hold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Stretch up your jaw, look up. Exhale the hands through heart center. Release your arms. All right, that's it. 4 Surya A, 3 Surya B. Thanks for being here. Hope you had a great practice. Namaste.